Yo guys, and welcome back towards this new video here on the channel. On today's video, I will be going over Bitcoin and Ethereum, and I will give you guys my general overview about how I do think this market is currently looking. So, does this sound interesting for you? Slap up those like buttons, subscribe to the channel, and let's dive in towards the content. So right now we can see that Bitcoin has been forming a very important and critical downward sloping trend line. As soon as we do break above this downward sloping trend line, I personally think the uptrend for Bitcoin is going to get started once again. And as soon as we do break above this downward sloping trend line, I personally expect the price action is indeed going to grow exponentially. So it's important to look at this range where we are right now looking at Bitcoin, is that we have to be seeing a break above this downward sloping trend line. And as soon as we do see that break above that downward sloping trend line, we can start to see more upside for Bitcoin coming very quickly again. As well, very important to look at is this downward sloping support line. This downward sloping support line has been showing also very important touch points, and it has been showing us basically very important bounces on this market. So it is also going to be important to keep your eyes out on this range where you could be potentially accumulate some new positions on. So I personally think that Bitcoin volatility will be pick up here in the coming 15 to 16 hours ahead of itself, because that is once the apex is going to get reached here. And usually once the apex does get reached here, we usually tend to see massive market volatility. So that is also my expectation. I do think that later today, in towards tomorrow, in towards Monday, we are going to see massive market volatility for Bitcoin. Looking at the 4-hourly time frame, it is basically suggesting similar things here. If we're once again going to come down here towards this range of the lower side support for the 4-hourly time frame, I will be looking to potentially accumulate a new position on this market, depending on how the funding rates are looking at that point here. And of course, if we are not going to be moving up from that range here, we are probably going to look for lower lows if we do break below this important support line. So if we're going to come down here, I will be looking probably to accumulate some new positions, and it is actually a pretty interesting range to start to accumulate new crypto at. But of course, as soon as we do break this upward sloping support line, I think Bitcoin is going to start to look a little bit more nasty. And especially what I do not want to be seeing here is a break below the Bitcoin previous low in the market. So if Bitcoin does close a 4-hourly candle lower than that 44.6k, I personally expect a downtrend will be getting started, and Bitcoin can be start to be moving down a little bit here. So what we definitely do not want to be seeing over here is a break below that 44.6k, because otherwise Bitcoin is indeed going to be looking a little bit more bearish. As well, in the 4-hourly time frame, we can see the RSI has been drastically cooled off here, and we do have a lot of room to grow towards the upside. So it is actually looking pretty strong here for Bitcoin. And of course, especially if we're going to look at horizontal ranges, we do know, if I'm going to get my tool correctly here in towards the screen, we do know that we have been seeing a very strong bounce from this previous resistance / support zone. And of course, if we do come down again here, it will be potentially allow us to create another opportunity here for a double bottom, and that could be of course allow us to grow exponentially once again back towards the upside. So it is really depending on how the market is going to look from that point, whether I am going to open that long position or not. Of course, looking at the CME future chart, we do know that Bitcoin closed at CME last Friday here on the 46.4k, and of course right now we're trading below the 46.4k, so it probably means we're going to create that CME gap on the top side, what means we're probably going to be pumping over the course of Monday. So the lower we are going to go today, the more we will be pumping tomorrow. So that is actually a pretty bullish signal to me. Of course, on the daily time frame, the 3-day time frame, we can also look at a very important level for Bitcoin, because this important range here in the middle has been basically the most important resistance to break on this market. This has been the most critical volume resistance, so the most amount of volume has been traded around this level here, this 48 towards 50k region. And of course, if we do break above it, we are probably going to grow exponentially towards that target of the 45 towards 46,000 US dollars. So we are right now trading against very important levels to be breaking above here, and I actually think it is starting to look pretty interesting, because as soon as we do break above it, we can start to be looking for those exponential higher highs here. I mean, I am pretty bullish on Bitcoin, but for me, what really has to be happening right here is a break above that 52,000 US dollars. Sorry, that 50,000 US dollars, I should say, because as soon as we do that, I personally think, yes, the bull market is actually back for Bitcoin. As well, looking at the weekly time frame, on the larger time frame, look guys, look at this chart here. This is looking incredible. You can see Bitcoin is repeating itself over and over and over again here. I am not necessarily saying Bitcoin has to be pumping towards the moon this week. No, I am more saying, okay, once you're already in doubt about Bitcoin, start to zoom out here and start to create a long-term vision. And right now, if I do have a long-term vision, I do not think it's a bad accumulation range at all, because once again, we're playing similar consolidation similar reaccumulation phases like 2013, like 2019, and right now we have a major opportunity to benefit from it. And I personally think we are absolutely going to have that skyrocket effect here, because every single time we are seeing these reaccumulation phases emerge on this market, we tend to see massive bull runs coming afterwards on top of it. So yes, I am pretty bullish here. I think like we had this rally towards the upside, and now we had this reaccumulation phase because Bitcoin actually has not moved at all here. And let me say this correctly, for the past 1.5 years here. So Bitcoin has not been really moving for 1.5 years. It has been only consolidating. And I think the big run up here for Bitcoin is still yet to come. But we do have this institutional interest. And it could just be a company like Apple announced they bought Bitcoin, and we could absolutely send it towards the moon. So I am not all too bearish on Bitcoin if we are indeed going to talk about the long term. As well, looking at the funding rates, we can currently see there are some over-leveraged signs on Bitcoin right now here towards the upside, and we are also seeing some neutral signs. So yeah, right now I am not really looking to be opening a new trade here. Funding is looking pretty neutral, and that is not really giving me a clear direction where I do think this market is heading towards. Of course, if we're going to look at the Bitcoin, my Bitcoin trade, I still have my trade open here with approximately $16,000 in profit. Pretty decent profit, nothing too special, nothing too bad. I am still waiting for a new trading opportunity to emerge here on that trading account. But yeah, Bitcoin is looking pretty neutral right here, and I definitely am waiting for that big move to come here on the market, because I do believe we are going to see some huge moves on the market coming soon here. Of course, if you are interested in trading, check out my Telegram group here in the link in the description, and of course make sure to check out Bybit here as well in the link in the description, because Bybit is indeed offering a $4,800 deposit bonus for the people who are going to sign up through my link here in the description. So what we can see right now here as well on the market is that Ethereum, of course, has been pushing back up here after retesting this horizontal previous resistance / support zone back as support. So this is actually looking very strong here. I've been accumulating way more Ethereum in this recent drop off, and I'm very much benefiting from it right now. And I personally expect that Ethereum is as well going to see more upside here in the coming 3 to 6 months ahead of itself, especially since the merge is going to get rolled out here anytime soon. Looking at the Ethereum compared to Bitcoin valuation, once again, another steady growth here, another steady daily candle, and we're seeing more and more upside emerging on this chart. And personally, I do think that the exponential price surges are still yet to come, and I wouldn't be surprised to see Ethereum really go in this parabolic against Bitcoin, because if we're just going to be measuring the growth of Ethereum against Bitcoin, it has been already growing more than 16% over the last 19 days. So that is absolutely incredible. Ethereum is taking so much ground back of Bitcoin. And if you're not seeing this is definitely a very big miss of your, a very big miss in an opportunity you should be taking over here. And I do really think we are still going to see more parabolic come towards Ethereum. Maybe we can start to see some consolidation, just like last time around here. But Ethereum is definitely looking very interesting, since that merge is going to get rolled out anytime soon. And I personally expect similar exponential growth like we saw last time around here after these consolidation phases and after these downtrends are getting broken. So far, our predictions on Ethereum has been very strong here. Of course, our expectations for Ethereum against altcoins, Ethereum against Bitcoin, has been also playing out perfectly. And I personally think that we are just at the beginning of a very new big stage for Ethereum. So yes, guys, thank you so much for watching towards this new update video. Hopefully you did enjoy it. Hopefully you did learn something. If you did learn anything, make sure to slap up that subscribe button, subscribe to the channel. Will be absolutely lovely. Smash up the like button. Leave me a comment here below of this video if you do have anything for me to look at. But anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out. Goodbye.